Good morning. It is 11:11 a.m. on August the 22nd of 2020 here in Salem, Indiana. And if you saw the title of this, there is a lot going on in the world. There is. I was just looking at this graph about the Portland, how Fox News and CNN and MSNBC used to be there, but when it became violent, CNN and MSNBC well, they decided they didn't want to cover it, and Fox News still covered it. And you think, why don't they want to cover it? Well, I think it's because their plan was being tainted when everything turned violent. They want people to think that these protesters were very peaceful, but they weren't. They quickly turned violent because you had this ingredient that was mixed up with these protesters that literally destroyed cities. Just violent. But yeah, there is something going on in the world. We all know it. There's things going on behind the scenes that literally do come from the darkest of souls in those really dark areas, and one day, this darkness that's doing all this evil on this face of this earth, this darkness is going to be taken care of, and it will be no more. It will not be anymore, because you know what? When you read into things, and I don't like reading about negativeness, but when you read about things that are going on behind the scenes, average looking people, these politicians, these kings, these queens, these princes, these governors, these prime ministers, these actors, when you hear all of that that's going on, it's horrific. It is horrific. And you think, well, why we got all of this instability that's going on in the world right now? Why does it look like everything is falling apart? Because it is falling apart. It's starting to crumble bit by bit in this world. Things are happening behind the scenes. And you hear about those underground things, DUMBS. You hear about all of this other kind of stuff that's happening and that people don't want to mention. You hear about this, I'm going to go ahead and say it, it's taboo, child sex trafficking, where they kidnap people. You hear about the CPS, where the CPS really is just a front at times. And you hear about all these people who are funneling this big thing to the elites of the world. And that's just the bottom part of it. There's even more above those elites. I don't like looking at stuff like that, and I don't like talking about stuff like that. And you can tell YouTube. I'm going to tell you something about this YouTube. I've been watching the graphs. They literally, my graph, audience graph, it went up, and then they literally, boom, they are bringing it down low because I'm being shadow banned also. But I can't sit back in the shadows and turn my eye to what's happening in the world. I can't. I don't think we can. I think we've got to stand up for what we feel in our heart is right. We've got to speak. There's a time to speak. There's a time to be silent. There's a time to stand, and there's a time to sit down. Yeah, I am a little troubled within my spirit about what's going on in the world. Hello. I am. I'm just going to admit it, and I don't like it, but I have hope inside of here that one day that darkness will be no more. That darkness will be put to an end. It's going to meet its end. It will. I know it's going to get very angry. The spirit of darkness that's all around the world, I know it's going to get very angry, and it's going to lash out, and its bite. It's not just going to bark, it's going to bite, and that bite is going to be horrific because they're being brought down. They really are. Little by little, they know, the darkness knows that its time is short, and it doesn't like it. So now it's going to lash out, and it's going to lash out really bad. It wants to take down as much as it can. It wants to do as much destruction as it possibly can to the human race and to the earth, because the time is getting short. And what do you mean by time, Gina? You mean months, years? I don't know how long. I would not say years. I would not. I don't think within 10 years this darkness is going to be as bad as it thinks. I don't think it's going to be allowed to continue. I really do not. But its time it's drawing near, and it's getting mad. It's getting upset because what's going on behind the scenes. You know, we got to pray. We got to pray against this darkness. We got to pray for the light, the angels to surround us and all of those people who are in the way of the darkness. Yeah, this is not a video for everyone because I'm just talking. That's all I'm doing is talking. But I am aware of what's happening, and I know why some people are upset, and I know why some people are getting deplatformed. I know why. It's all right. It is all right. This is spiritual. That's what it comes right down to it. It's very spiritual. It's spiritual and it's unsettling. And when something's unsettling and it goes against your spirit, you can't keep quiet. You can't. You got to do your part. Yes, we most definitely, we got to stay loving and we've got to let that light shine. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I am going to end this video. I don't really have much to say. I can't even believe I'm doing a video like this, but I am. And it's all right. It is all right. But I just can't believe that every human reaction to every single event that is taking place across the world, it is being tracked and put in big databases. Every reaction to everything that's happening. Big databases, wherever you are. It's true, we are being watched 24/7, seeing how we react and how they can counter-react. Well, I am going. Let's just push this button right now.